From the News Channel 5 Network and AARP, this is AARP Connected.
It's a great day to be connected. Hi, I'm your host Mia McNeil and welcome to AARP Connected. I'm glad you've tuned in. We've got a great show in store for you. As you know, during each episode of AARP Connected, we explore important issues that empower you to choose how you live as you age. As our weather gets warmer, it's the perfect time to get out and be active. And we've got a great way for you to do that. Pickleball. It's America's fastest growing sport, and if you haven't tried it, I think you'll want to get a paddle and find a court after our show today. We've got a pickleball expert and the founder of the Pro Pickleball Tour on show today. But before we get into that conversation, let's check out a segment called Things You Need to Know.
Saving for retirement can be challenging. Increasing the amount you save can be even harder. Here are 4 ways you can boost your retirement savings, adding financial security later in life. If your employer has a matching retirement savings program, make sure to sign up. It's one of the easiest ways to build your retirement nest egg. You can set up the amount you want to contribute as a direct deposit each pay period. Save part of a raise or bonus toward retirement. In most cases, you can set this up to happen automatically, making it easier to accomplish. Prioritize this savings goal over all others. If you need extra funds to pay for big-ticket items, consider tapping into other resources rather than your retirement savings. Free up extra funds to add to your nest egg by trimming expenses. This might be easier said than done, but every little bit helps. To learn more ways to save for retirement, go to aceyourretirement.org.
Car repairs are a fact of life for anyone with a vehicle. Though most mechanics are trustworthy, some are out to make a quick buck by providing services you don't want or need. Here is how you can avoid fraudulent auto repairs. Ask questions and don't be pressured into making on-the-spot decisions. Technicians may try to upsell you services that aren't critical to your car's performance. Take your time, do some research, and call a trusted friend if you are not sure what to do. Even when it's a small job, make sure to get a written estimate from the mechanic before they start working on your car. This way, you have a legal recourse if they charge you for work you never approved. And don't be afraid to get a second opinion at a different shop. A good mechanic will show you their work. Be suspicious if they refuse to show you what they are doing. For more fraud tips, go to aarp.org/fraudwatchnetwork.
And finally, visiting national parks in the spring can bring nice views of wildflowers. In fact, did you know the Great Smoky Mountains National Park right here in Tennessee has more than 1,500 different types of flowers? That's the most of any national park. And we've got lots of beautiful parks all across the volunteer state. Learn more and check out 5 Tennessee parks to visit and explore this summer on aarp.org/TN. We are so happy to be joined by a real sports trailblazer today. Ken Herrmann is the founder of the Association of Pickleball Professionals and the National APP Tour. Thanks for connecting with us, Ken. Let's jump right in. So I want to ask the $1 million question. What is pickleball and how did it come to be?
Sure. Well, first off, it's awesome being here. Thank you for your warm hospitality. Pickleball, the world is on fire right now with pickleball. Everyone's playing it, whether it's here in the United States or as we're seeing abroad over in Europe and Australia and Asia. Pickleball was invented in 1965. There are really 3 individuals that take the credit for forming the sport in Bainbridge Island, which is out in the Seattle area. Joel Pritchard was a congressman, and his wife Joan is actually the one who came up with the name of pickleball. And then he had two friends, Barney McCullum and then Bill Brown. So the three of them formed the game, and it really is a cross between tennis, badminton, a little bit of ping pong, and is played with a wiffle ball of all things. So that's kind of the origin of where it all started.
Oh my goodness. So as you mentioned, it's growing like crazy across America. You can't go anywhere without hearing pickleball. What do you attribute to that rapid growth? Why is it growing so fast around here?
Well, I was first exposed to the sport in 2017, having had a large tennis background my entire life, and then all of a sudden hearing about pickleball and what it was all about. I think people play it so much because it's just one word. It is fun. It is fun. It's a family sport where people can play with each other. And as we all get a little wiser in our years, it's nice to get good at a sport again that you can enjoy, not only the camaraderie with other friends, but then also just the healthy activity and lifestyle it can present, just to be able to remain active in all years of life.
So you've shared a few of the benefits about pickleball,
Sure.
but how did you get started in pickleball?
Well, it was pretty bizarre. I have always, again, had a long tennis background, and in looking at developing a club out in one of the suburbs of the Chicagoland area, here I was so proud with a large 5-10-year plan of the new club that I was going to be building up in that area, and I took my blueprint model into Wilson headquarters, which is based out of Chicago. And I sat down and visited with the executive team from Wilson, and they said, boy, Ken, beautiful clay courts, beautiful outdoor courts, but where the heck are the pickleball courts? And I'm thinking, wait a second, pickleball? Why would I want to put pickleball in an indoor-outdoor tennis facility that I was building? And then they proceeded to share with me some of the data that they were seeing with some of the stronger markets in Southern California, Arizona, and Florida, and how the sport was starting to migrate its way through the Midwest back then. Interesting enough, Wilson had come up with a new line of new paddles, shoes, and balls. And I just got intrigued by the whole nature of it all and really took their advice and then just learned about the business of pickleball and how you perhaps could put a smile on somebody's face with the sport.
I love it. Well, we're going to take a quick break, but before we do, I'd like to share a quick video with you. Last year, AARP hosted pickleball clinics across the country, including a stop right here in Tennessee. Check it out.
Pickleball! Pickleball! Pickleball!
We're excited to bring free clinics back to Tennessee this summer. More on that to come, and we'll continue talking to Ken after the break. Okay, well, welcome back to AARP Connected. And if you're just joining us, we're chatting all things pickleball with Ken Herrmann, founder of the Pickleball Players Association. So, Ken, like all sports, pickleball has some interesting and unique terminology. Can you walk us through some of it?
Hit me with what you got. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so kitchen. What in the world is a kitchen?
I know. Technically, it's called the no volley zone. That's the line that is about 5 feet or so from the net, and you're not allowed to go in the no volley zone. And it's also referred to as the kitchen line or the kitchen. So you're allowed to only go in there when somebody hits you a short ball. Unlike tennis where you would run to the net like Billie Jean used to do against Chris Evert back in the days, you've got to stand behind the kitchen. It really is a great equalizer for all players.
Okay. Dink. What is
Dink.
a dink? I mean, I've heard of dinks before, but
Dinking is when all 4 players are up at the kitchen line and you're hitting the ball softly back and forth to each other. Your goal is to have that ball hit inside your opponent's kitchen box area as well.
Okay. Banger.
Banger.
Yes.
Well, I saw you hit some balls in that earlier segment where you were
pretty good.
smashing that ball. In pickleball, you can either be a dinker, somebody who hits the ball and is very steady, very patient, or you can be a banger, somebody who's aggressive that likes to go for the kill, hit a forcing shot. That's what a banger is.
That sounds about right. And dill ball. What is a dill ball?
I know, a dill ball. A dill ball is when I hit the ball to you and the ball is in and it lands on one bounce, and then you've got the opportunity to hit the ball back to me. So it's a ball that's in fair play.
Wow, okay. That's going to be easy to remember, I'm sure. Okay, so before we go any further, I know that AARP is a proud partner of the Pro Pickleball Tour. How did that relationship come to be?
Well, AARP is a major partner with the APP Tour. It warms my heart tremendously. AARP is making such a big impact, not only with our senior and our super seniors, which have now been rebranded, the Masters Tour and the Champions Tour. Back in the day, pickleball used to be a senior pro game at the age of 50. When you reached the age of 60, you were called a super senior pro. When AARP was getting involved with the tour, we said we got to rebrand those names. Nobody at 50 years old feels like a senior. So now we call it the Champions and the Masters Tour. AARP has come on board and is now the title sponsor for both of those 2 division of players. And while they're continuing to grow everything within that dynamic of age demographics of the sport, they're promoting the youthfulness of the sport at all tour stops.
That's fantastic. So if anyone were to come and visit the APP Tour, what can they expect?
Well, first off, I hope they expect to just have a great day of fun, being able to go out there. One of the things that I think is so unique with pickleball right now is that the pros are playing at the same time as the amateurs are. How cool is that? You can watch your favorite top 10 pros on the APP Tour playing their matches, and then 5 minutes later be in the food truck line and get food with them. You don't really see that with any other sport, and it's just that sense of community and that engagement of both the amateurs and pros being at the same venue at the same time.
Well, you did mention your pros and your Joes, but you have a lot of celebrities that are interested in pickleball. Any thoughts of a celebrity pickleball tour?
Oh my gosh, the celebrities are coming out in the droves, from NFL players to former baseball players. One of my favorite tour stops on the tour is we head to New York every year for the APP New York City Open, held at the USTA Billie Jean King Tennis Center. We take those courts, we convert them to pickleball courts, and some of the greatest players of yesteryear, from Yvonne Lendl, Carlene Bassett, Kim Clijsters, come back to Fleshy Meadows to play, but they're playing pickleball. How cool is that?
That is pretty cool.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yep.
So we know that obviously pickleball has some health benefit. It's a physical activity.
Sure.
We know that it has some health benefits, particularly with the brain. Can you share a little bit more about that?
Well, being able to keep score, being able to remain active on the court, being able to move, the eye-hand coordination, the mobility are all major parts of keeping yourself active, physically, spiritually, and then just the sense of community. You showing up at a place to play, hey, I've never played before, can you help me? People in the pickleball community welcome you all, and they're always eager to teach people how to learn how to play the game.
That's a good way to learn how to play. We need to take one more break, and when we return, Ken has more to share about the wonderful world of pickleball. So come on back. Welcome back to AARP Connected. We have a few minutes left with our guest, Ken Herrmann, founder of the Pickleball Players Association. So Ken, what would you tell folks who are hesitant to play pickleball for the first time? I know I was pretty hesitant because I was embarrassed I didn't know how to play. So what would you tell people?
Well, don't be hesitant. Get ready to have nothing but fun. I would probably reach out and take a look at the APP website and see what other, at all the different tour stops that we take across the United States. We, through our partnership through AARP, hold a complimentary 2-hour clinic at every single tour stop. So that's one great way to be able to come out, see if you enjoy the sport, come out and hit some balls, and just have fun while the APP pros come on board and help guide you and get you on the right path.
That's fantastic. And when you do these clinics, these are professionals that know how to play pickleball, and the folks are in good hands, right?
They're in great hands. Plus, they just have nothing but a smile on their face. We see anywhere from 50 to 70 people at every tour stop through their membership through the AARP. And it's beginners, intermediate, advanced players. We divide you all up into groups, and for 2 hours, we just get everyone learning how to play the sport if they've not played in a safe and fun environment.
I love that. And I think that I'm ready. Maybe. I've played pickleball before, but I feel like I'm a little rusty. What would you tell a person who's going out to play pickleball for the first time? What equipment do I need?
Well, ideally, you just want to have a good pair of shoes. You want to have a good, sneakers that you can have some mobility around. You want loose-fitting clothes, whether it's your basic athletic wear. If you're playing outside, a hat's always great with sunscreen. Make sure you bring your water out there. It's definitely cardio. You're out there moving your feet and being active out there. We're seeing the sport being played both indoors and outdoors now. So it's wonderful that it's a year-round sport, especially growing up in the Midwest where it snows half the part of the year. It's nice that you can be able to play both inside and outside.
I love that. I love that. Now, if you were to look in your crystal ball right now and think about the future of pickleball, what do you see? Well,
first off, the sport has just grown so much, even in the years when I founded the tour back in 2019. I know that the team at the APP, in working with our national governing body, USA Pickleball, as the official pro tour, we are all on a mission here to see the sport one day be in the Olympics. That would really be a dream of everyone that's involved. APP has a voice with that, working with our international federations that we partnered with. The sport has grown so fast, leaps and bounds here in America, but as I travel to Australia, as I travel internationally to Europe and to Asia, it's not growing as fast. So for the Olympic Committee to view this as a sport one day, we need our federations, our patriot federations, to also see the growth in their countries. And with us bringing some of our tour stops internationally, we're able to have a voice with that.
So you mentioned these tour stops internationally, and I know that you mentioned a little bit about some of the tour stops that you're doing throughout the country in partnership with AARP. Talk to me again about where people can find that information if they want to participate or if they just want to watch.
Yeah, it's on our website. APP Global is our major website there with all the rankings, all the latest news, all the information with where everything stands with where you can play, how to register for your tournaments, and then stories that we just tell on the players and the amateur players that play in our events.
So tell me this, I mean, we've talked a lot about the tour and about the game and the equipment. I'm curious about you and pickleball. What's your favorite shot? What do you love most about pickleball?
Well, when I'm ever able to play it, I would say one of the things I love most is that transition game, hitting that ball from the baseline and then getting yourself up at the kitchen line, hitting a good approach shot, and then being either as a banger, as we talked about earlier with my volleys up at the net, or being a very patient dinker.
Nice. So, of course, you have had a lot of experience working with seniors on this tour, with our older Americans. Do you have any stories about people who have come in being inexperienced but leaving having enjoyed learning the sport?
So many stories to share about that, but also great stories about people who, for example, have been on a weight loss journey, and they now are playing pickleball 3 or 4 days a week, and they lose 30, 40 pounds because of the activity that they're doing. And then they're being around their friends. So it's like, I don't even feel like I'm trying to lose weight. I'm just naturally losing weight. We've also seen folks that have had issues with Parkinson's disease that use pickleball as that break cognitive to be able to remember and recall, and the steps that are involved, the stroke production. So we've seen all different aspects of how the sport's been able to help all individuals.
Here is one technical question for you. So generally in tennis, we know that there's zero and love and different scoring methods. What's the scoring in pickleball?
Sure. The scoring in pickleball can be confusing. That can probably be the hardest part of the game. You always announce 3 numbers. You announce your score first, you announce your opponent's score secondly, and then you announce if you're server number 1 or server number 2. And those are the 3 scores that you were saying. So if I was playing you, I probably have maybe just 1 or 2 points. You probably have 10 points against me, and then I would be the first server. So I would say I was server number 1.
Great. And ideally, you have 4 people playing the game at any one time, or can you just have 1 or 2?
Well, yeah. In pickleball, you have 3 different types of brackets that you can play in. You can play in singles where it's 1 against 1. You can play in a men's or women's doubles event or a doubles bracket where it's 2 against 2 of the same gender. And then we've got mixed doubles as well.
Fantastic. So give me 3 big takeaways about playing pickleball.
3 big takeaways about playing pickleball. Well, again, how many times have I said it's just a lot of fun to go out there and be active? The second biggest takeaway that I love is being able to put that smile on somebody's face. We have close to, nearly over 1,000 players at every single APP tour stop that we've got right now. And I always make myself very accessible as I'm walking the grounds as the tournament director. And whether you're that person from Topeka, Kansas or Columbus, Ohio, I love hearing everyone's personal journey of what the sport means to them. I take a lot of honor if somebody's going to take time away from their family and money to come play an event. And I'm always listening to the stories that they share of what pickleball means to them. And that really is kind of an inspiration for me and all members of the team. And then I think the third thing I would probably think was the greatest joy was just, being able, when I put that medal around the champion's necks, is just seeing that sense of pride that they take.
Well, I love it. I have my pickleball paddle and I'm ready to go. Ken, thanks so much. You've shared so much great knowledge today. We appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you.
Well, I hope our viewers are excited as I am to dink their way to being pickleball pros. If you'd like to connect with AARP, we've got some fun community events coming up. We're hosting fraud fighting events, music lessons, and pickleball clinics in communities across the state. It's all free and no AARP membership is required. Find out more at aarp.org/TN. Stay in the know on all the latest AARP is doing in Tennessee. Connect with us on any of these popular social media sites. And if you enjoy podcasts, we will have a podcast version of each episode available wherever you download your favorite content. Thanks so much for joining us today, and thanks for being connected.